So let's get to the first topic that I had in mind. So it looks like the Lucha Brothers. I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but I think Sean Rossap had another story. I think where he just kind of confirmed something that Lucha Blog had already said. I don't know. I don't know what the full story is, but basically that they're on their way out of WWE, and in fact they may have already started talking. And it looks like somebody just put it in the chat. There's a lot of chats going on. I'm trying to keep up with everybody, but it looks like Fenix just pulled out of some dates, some indie dates.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And he actually went ahead, and the Lucha Brothers have already started trademarking some of their IP and things like that, and some new IP. So it looks like the Lucha Bros more than likely are WWE bound.
This is good for wrestling.
Yeah,
like they've been in AEW for 5 years. I would like to have seen some singles runs from those two, like especially Penta. But it is what it is, man. This is what makes wrestling healthy. And remember, AEW was getting all the free agents about 2-3 years ago, and now WWE is going to start getting all of them, and it's just going to open up opportunities for more people to get in spots. Like everyone assumes everybody's going to go to WWE. Well, then you get a bottleneck, and then people are unhappy. Like this is how a healthy ecosystem should be. It's time to leave the territory.
Yeah. So, and like WWE will bring these guys in, and I think Triple H, very much was boasting about this. It's like we bring people in, but it means we also have to get rid of people. So you probably bring the Lucha Brothers in, and then that's going to have a trickle down effect. He brings the Lucha Brothers in, and then they're going to release some people probably from NXT and even the main roster to kind of open up spots. So, and what that does is it trickles down to not only to maybe to AEW, maybe AEW gets some of that runoff, maybe for Ring of Honor or TNA, obviously. The thing just cycles through. That's just where pro wrestling is.
Healthy.
Yeah, I have no problem with them going to WWE. Do I have any faith that WWE is going to use them very well? No, I don't. Nope. I don't. But that's not for me. Like, look, they're getting a payday. That's fine. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna miss seeing them do their shtick. Everybody likes Phoenix more than Penta. I like Penta more than Phoenix. Pentagon was my favorite wrestler for a while.
Me too.
I was a big Lucha Underground guy. That doesn't mean I don't like Phoenix. I just find Pentagon more interesting. I do think that in AEW at times you relied way too heavily on the shtick. I think you only get one or two Seto Miyatos per match for me, and then I'm done with it. Now you got to just start kicking ass. So I think maybe he's probably going to do it even more now that he's going to WWE.
Oh, they're going to eat it up. Those fans they love chanting stuff, and Penta gets to be kind of lazy doing the matches there. It's a good for where they are in their careers at this point. It's a good fit. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good fit. I'm completely fine with it. Now the next guy that looks like that he might be on his way over there. I need to actually pull up the tweet because I think PW Insider had a report on this. Hold on, let me go to my bookmarks. I actually bookmarked I tried to do a little bit of research for the show tonight, but it looks like so numerous sources within WWE state that there's certainly interest in a number of AEW stars whose deals are coming up or expiring or have been off TV for some time. Those stars include one of the men is named Ricky Starks. Looks like WWE is really interested in Ricky Starks, which makes sense because he's like a Cody guy. And I could see why they would want him. He's pretty good. I don't know why he's not on AEW television. I know that there were some rumors out there that maybe he turned down a bunch of storyline stuff, but I don't think that's completely accurate. He's been willing to go back. He's not currently hurt. He's just been off TV, and probably because AEW knows that he's very likely going to WWE.
There's not room for everybody. Yeah. You know, like the NXT system is meant to develop their guys, right? Like Ricky's been around for a long time. I know he'll have opportunities, but I don't know. Like I don't dislike Ricky Starks. I just think he's going to be really small. I think he's going to be really small in WWE. I think his size is not going to be matched very well over there. And you got a big old juice head running that place still. So I think he'll get pushed to a certain extent, but I don't know who he leapfrogs over there. I'm actually one of these guys that doesn't think Ricky Starks is underpushed.
I think he's pretty good, but I also think
he's good.
I like everybody's like, well, they should have done more with him. I'm like, okay, well, who would you have put him above? And I think that becomes the question. So if he goes to WWE, probably as far as positioning goes, probably a lateral move. Unless they put him in NXT, then you saw what happened to Ethan Page, probably just make him the world champion right away, which would be fine.
I mean, that's
they're
great.
trying to load up, and they're trying to load that show up for CW. So
as well, they should. They have to do something big on CW because CW is the shit right now. So they have to make a splash. I mean, they cannot rely on, well, we're on network now, because CW is barely a network at the moment. So they have to load it up. But at the same time, like Ethan Page, yeah, okay, he's doing great in NXT, but I mean, like, that's his ceiling.
Yes. But I think if you bring in a guy like Ethan Page, I think what they're doing with him is like exactly what I don't know that I would have made him the champion, but what they're doing with him, bring him to NXT, working with a young talent, I think that's the perfect spot for him, honestly.
I agree.
Like, I don't think he has a main roster future. If he does, it's going to be very short-lived, which he's going to be one of those veterans that's never really gotten over, that might get a little bit over in NXT because it's like fake over, because a lot of their fans, it's like the same people, they'll support anybody. And then when they get to the main roster, like, oh shit, okay, this guy really isn't what we thought he was. And then he'll be gone. If I were him, I would not fight to get to the main roster. I'd be like, no, I kind of like it here.
Oh no, he'll fight for it because I think he has unrealistic expectations of himself, to be honest with you. But whatever.
It's okay to be confident, by the way.
For sure. Oh, 100%. He should say that. He should be thinking he should be the world champion. Ethan Page should be plotting how he main events WrestleMania. It's not on him to be realistic. It's on him to shoot for the stars. It's not the rest of us to go, no.
Yeah. The other guy, his name keeps getting tossed around, but last I checked, I think Ibu, and I think I did something earlier on the Patreon, Ibu is saying that Daniel Garcia is very likely staying with AEW now. That's what it's looking like. And I think Dave Meltzer had also agreed with that. But his name was being tossed around again by PW Insider this week as somebody that WWE would be interested in. And I know that they'll like the dance, but other than the dance, he doesn't really do anything that they would like. So I don't know how he would even fit in that company.
I kind of agree with you. I wonder sometimes, like, and I like Daniel Garcia.
Me too.
But he doesn't strike me as someone there that would, that they would be. I think he's good, but I don't know. I don't see him as somebody they would put a lot into. I feel like he would get stuck in NXT and and he's way better than Brian Pillman, but I mean, like, I don't see them pushing him. He's, like I said, small. I think his size gets exacerbated on the WWE roster. Whereas I think in AEW, him being smaller, and they did seem like they're ready to do something with him, but they weren't they did a really good. I was there. Chicago's great. It's a great angle. They took him out and they kind of put him in a spot where, well, he can come back and be hot, or he can, be like a notch on MJF's belt. Either way, like, I think that's really good booking. Like, either way, it works just fine. So I think he's better staying. I think he's better staying in AEW.
I think so, because I think that it's very clear the way that they've been booking him lately. I know there for a while they were kind of cold. I don't know if they were cold on him, but they weren't really doing much. But it seemed like it had picked up quite a bit, and maybe it picked up because they're trying to be like, hey, we really want you to stay, so let's push you, and then let's get you heated up with MJF in order to entice him to stay. And it looks like, right. and good, good for him for at least playing his cards,
knowing his value.
And try to get something from the other side to maybe bump your price up.
This is what's so great about having 2-3, I guess, viable companies in wrestling. Like, this is excellent. Guys are getting paid more. Like, it drives the market up. I don't see why anybody wants either of these companies to go out of business. Oh, because you're an idiot. That's why.
Yeah. You're part of a culture war and you just want to win at all costs. But look at what would happen if you won, right?
Dude, there's no one in the AEW locker, in the WWE locker room that wants AEW to go out of business.
No, they love the fact that AEW, and vice versa, nobody in the AEW locker room wants WWE to go out of business, because if their contract comes up, they need somebody to negotiate with to make sure that they have more money. It's why in the NFL, they don't want certain football teams to just not be there anymore. They don't want to shrink the league. They want to make it bigger, and they want the TV money to go up for everybody. That way there's more piece of the pie.